After a week of working on the paint in the evenings, we have 3 heavy coats of red or burgundy for the deck and the transom. The inside has been painted also, which gives it a nice clean look. And the hull has several coats of real thick sandstone white, which is kind of a creamy white. And the next step right now is to start working on the steering system. And once that's done, we'll move on to the electrics and the wiring. And just a view from the front. I really like the contrast between the red and the white. Initially, I was just going to go with the white, but I think this gives it some more pop, some more character. As far as the area above the deck that's covered by the windshield, initially I was going to paint that, but I think I'm going to leave that natural. It's kind of easier to trying to get a brush in there. It'd be a little bit difficult, and I like the contrast of the brown in there. When it comes time to put the seat inside, I will need to sand back a little bit of the floor, and I knew that when I was painting the inside, but I wanted it to wrap around everything on the interior. So a few areas here will be sanded back so that the Velcro can have something really good to bite into. The camera is very friendly, very kind to making the lines look really good. This side looks very, very clean. The right side is not quite as perfect as I would like it to be, but my father-in-law would always say that perfect is the enemy of good, and I think this looks pretty good right now. This is also a boat that I hope to use a lot, and I'm sure with use and wear, it will develop a patina of use. The other nice thing about painting is that as we develop scratches and dings and things, we can easily touch those up. But the goal with this is not to have a trailer queen or something that doesn't get used. So I'm looking forward to lots of use with this boat. As far as putting the pulley blocks on the back, the way these 3D printed parts work is there's a little sacrificial piece that goes around the outside, and that gets broken off, and then these go on there, the ropes go through. For this one, I haven't pulled off the caps here because there's a piece here and here that need to be busted off, and then this snaps in and bolts down. And as far as those pieces coming off, that's what it looks like on this one. We just tear those off, and then we've got one solid piece that kind of clips together and bolts together. We've got the rear pulleys put on, and the next thing is to put the cap on there and run a bolt through the end. And those are the rear pulleys. So we're going to move on to the steering attachments, the little bushings that go around the steering shaft. Another super cool thing about this boat build is when you need to do something inside or in a different area, it's just really easy to pick the thing up and move it around. Normally, and as far as the plans go, we'd move on to putting the pulleys on next underneath the dash, but I need to order another one. For some reason, when I ordered 2 sets, one of my sets only came with one, so I'm 1 pulley short. So I think instead of doing those next, we will move on to the steering bushings and go from there. Well, I was hoping to work on the dash for the steering system today, but the paint is still a little bit tacky for the dash. It's been over 24 hours, but we're gonna have to let that set up for a little bit longer. And this is just the view from the bottom and a quick walk around. Once that paint sets up, it is really, really nice. It's almost like a gel coat. So over the next week, hopefully we can get some more of the hardware on here, and we're getting closer and closer to a launch. Fun project. Thanks very much for taking a look.